CoryxKenshin just got exposed by his girlfriend, or ex-girlfriend I guess I should say now, and it's looking really bad on his behalf. So as you all know, or I'm guessing you know who CoryxKenshin is, you know that this guy is a very famous YouTuber who's been on the platform for a long time and reached huge milestones, gaining millions of subscribers, millions of fans, and a lot of kids actually look up to this guy. But it looks like this guy may have been too good to be true, I guess. Now, like I said, CoryxKenshin was exposed by his ex-girlfriend who took it to TikTok and basically just flat out let out all of her feelings. Now, before I get started and I show you guys all of these messages and all of the proof that this woman has against CoryxKenshin, I just want to let you know that I will be doing a lot of reading in this video because she didn't make a video of her actually speaking. Instead, she just flat out just typed everything out and provided her proof and messages and everything else. Oh yeah, and another thing, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button if y'all are new to the channel, and make sure you hit the bell so you know when I am posting a video. Now let's get into it. So I guess there is 3 parts to this whole situation, and this is part 1. She says, I didn't want to do this, but I don't owe you my silence anymore. There's no clean way to start, just that familiar weight in my chest while the world kept applauding someone who never showed up for me. I was never a part of your world publicly. You made sure I stayed close, just far enough to be invisible. Your followers eat up the whole man of faith image you push, but faith without basic decency isn't faith, it's branding. You talk about devotion, but act like hurting people in private doesn't count. That's not devotion, that's hypocrisy. Hypocrisy. You fooled a lot of people, but not me. When I met you, I was at one of the lowest points in my life. I was still healing, still trying to remember how to love myself after going so long without it. I had all of this love and nowhere to put it. And for a moment, your attention made me feel seen, like maybe I wasn't visible anymore. Even writing this now has me crying so hard I can barely breathe. The pain still lives in my body like it just happened yesterday. I'm not writing this because I still care. I'm writing this because I've carried too much in silence. You ghosted me, not because you were confused, but to teach me a lesson. You made me feel like I had to shrink just to earn a reply. Every move was calculated, even if I couldn't see it back then. Anytime I tried to speak up, you twisted it into something wrong with me, and while I sat alone, replaying every word, breaking myself apart just trying to make sense of it, they were out here calling you a positive role model. So it seems like the woman is claiming that CoryxKenshin was basically mentally abusive, not technically physically, but mentally abusive in the relationship. I mean, she's basically claiming that he just didn't care about anything, didn't care about her feelings, didn't care about her, and made her feel invisible. Now, there is a lot more, but it would be just too much to be reading. But basically, part 1 is basically exposing that he just didn't care about this woman. He made her feel invisible. He never told her anything about his lifestyle or what he was doing. Basically, just being sneaky and living his best life with a girlfriend, but acting like he doesn't have a girlfriend. If you know what I mean. When you called that night and poured out a heart-to-heart, said, I've made a lot of mistakes, but you were never one of them. I effing cried because even after everything, I still wanted to believe you were capable of being good to me. And then the next day, someone told me they saw you in California with another girl. I already knew where you were going. You told me that part. But you never said who you were going with, so I assumed it was your family, and that's how it always was with you. I never really knew what you were doing, just whatever pieces you decided to share. Now here's part 2 where she basically exposed messages between the two that were messaged through Xbox. She says, okay, what's up? He says, you still seeing someone? Why do you ask? Because I am trying to F your life up some more. What? That was a joke. Jeez. I was just asking. And she says, I never heard you curse before. That's why it threw me off. Now, that is crazy to say that I am trying to F your life up some more. That's being very, very toxic, and that's not a good look. I guess I was just a good F for you. And he says, when you said relationship, I thought you meant I was just going to ask you out. Nah, I mean, you were, but that's not all you were anyway. Doesn't matter, you're with someone. That's how it felt at the time, even if I wasn't. I wouldn't have let you again, and when I did that with you, it's something I just don't do with anyone. And he says, you wouldn't have let me F again? And she says, no, I wouldn't. Here are some more messages between the two that she actually posted on TikTok as well. He says, because I wanted you. And she says, wanted me how? Like how I've had you. Like in a relationship type of way or something else. He says, something else. And she said, that's kind of messed up. I wasn't a toy. And he says, I know that. I wasn't just about to message you after a year and ask you to be my girlfriend. So I'm gonna be honest, it looks like CoryxKenshin was just flat out playing this girl, and he only used her when he needed her, and that was basically for sexual relations. And by just looking at CoryxKenshin's videos and seeing how he acts on YouTube and all of the fans and love that he gets, you would never expect him to be this type of guy. But you never know the real person and how they really are until you really know them. So after finding out that she actually was diagnosed with cancer, she decided to tell CoryxKenshin, and this was his reply. He said, that was the most passive aggressive cancer reveal ever. LOL. Now that response was just crazy and very, very cruel. I mean, he said LOL to a serious situation about someone's health that can lead to a fatal disaster. I mean, by all of the messages and the proof that she is showing, you can literally just tell that Cory did not care for this girl at all. Now there is a part 3 where she basically talks about how Cory never even apologized for anything he's done, but instead he will have people stalk all of her social media and just basically watch and make sure that she didn't speak out about him. And she also says that she is not the first, and that there is more people or more women that he has done these type of things to. Now this is a very bad look on CoryxKenshin, because he is supposed to be this role model to the youth and to all of these subscribers and fans that he have, but to see that he treats people wrong and does people wrong is a very, very bad look. And like I said before, it's very hard to see CoryxKenshin doing these type of things because of the way he acts and the character that he puts on in front of the whole YouTube camera. He doesn't seem to be this type of guy.